Okay.
Hi, Brandon. How are you? Good afternoon.
Neil, how you doing, man?
Hey, doing good. I will just come on the video 1 minute.
Yeah, no, I
Okay.
know it. Always a delay or something.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yes.
Um,
Hmm.
yeah, thanks for setting this up. I know that was kind of short notice. Appreciate you taking the time on that. That's perfect. Um, I guess I'll just start asking questions if that's okay with you.
And I want to answer all your questions first, and then I can walk you through the behind the scenes process of how we find different vehicles for our clients, what are the process looks like, how we communicate to our clients, and eventually the process through which we negotiate with different dealerships.
Okay. Well, that sounds way cooler than what I was gonna say. So do you want to start us off, Neil? Because that sounds way better.
Sure. So I'll just go ahead and share my screen. Okay, just a second here. Let me know once you're able to see it. Are you able to see the screen?
Nothing yet.
Oh,
Just,
wait.
just, just, just you on the highway. There we go.
Okay. Now are you able to see?
I can see. Yep, yep, yep,
Okay. You see a spreadsheet?
yep.
Okay.
It's
So
yellow. Yeah, we're good.
yeah, a lot of yellow. So we'll start with that because it brings attention and the detailed focus through which we do it. So this is one of our client of ours. She was looking for Toyota RAV4 XLE Premium. So we collect this information. We'll also be requesting this information with you. So during the end of our call, I'll just open up the form and fill out all the details. Of course, you have given the basic details while we chatted yesterday in the evening. And so we understand the zip code, what is the search radius you're comfortable with, what is the timeline you have, and what is your budget. So she wanted a lot of specific features. You can see that the version to be limited 2020 or newer, 40,000 miles or less. Exactly like how you are also looking for that, okay, it has to be this year plus plus with the RAM to be with the wheelbase, right? There is a
Yep.
specification of the wheelbase which you are focused on, as well as there are multiple trim levels, that is 1500, 2500, 3500. So we'll also look at which trim level comes with what type of wheelbase, and then we'll do all the combinations on that front and then take it from there. So once we understand this requirement, this is the type of the listings which we'll do. So we'll put down the link through which we are finding all this options for you. So we look at 18 plus different platforms. It's not just simply going to cars.com or cartrade.com and just putting two or three options and saying, hey, Brandon, please choose the one which you like.
Yeah, yeah.
As a concierge, as a consultant, when you are hiring us, we want to make sure that we have understood what you are looking for, number one. And number two is we are going out in the market and doing a detailed curation, that is the vehicle inventory availability, and then putting down the stock numbers, the year, make, model, trim level, the places where we are finding this particular options, and whether it is matching all your preferences. So this many preferences were set down by this particular client of ours. So we ensure that whether those preferences are being met, what is the online price looks like. And as you are looking for a clean, what do you mean? Like we also want to ensure that it's a clean Carfax because you are focusing on a pre-owned vehicle, a used.
Yep.
So it should have, so we collect the clean Carfax report. We look at how many previous owners were there, whether there is any accident status or not, with whom we are speaking with at the dealership, whether this particular vehicle is available, when it is available, for how long it has been sitting at the dealership. What are the ways through which we can understand the dynamic of that particular option and then take that as a leverage when we begin the negotiations with those dealerships. So after that, we also focus on value for money, where you are going to get the most value for your money. The reason is in the used car, sometimes you will see that a newer model, which is let's say in 2019 or 2020, might be listed for a very, very less price as compared to a 2017 or a 16 one. So if it is too good to be true, we do a lot of due diligence in it. So
Sure.
because we don't want to spend our hard-earned money and just find something, and then once it arrives at your doorstep, we find out unfortunately the engine is not working, or it has any transmission issues, or it was in a fender bender, but they just revamped all the plastics on the top of the vehicle to make it look fancy, right? So we look at the dealership inspection report, we look at the pre-purchase inspection report, we do a third party evaluation. Those kind of things we will do it at the very end when you want to choose between the top two or the top three options. But from the very get-go, from the very beginning, we have that a very clear vision in mind that this is something which we have to focus on and ensure that you are getting the best value for money. We also look at various trim level comparisons. So if you're not sure whether I should go for this one or that one, in your case, you are very certain. But I'm just saying that the level of in-depth research which we do, the information which we partake and also share it with our clients, we do a detailed comparison. So this is where we do the mathematical analysis. We plot different graphs to identify where the price versus miles looks like. So we'll plot all of the options which you have asked us, the make and the model which you have shared with us. And then we look at, okay, where we are standing today. And anything below the red line which you see here, it's a mathematical curve, are the good buy, theoretically, right? But practically, then we go and do additional due diligence, additional steps in place to ensure that no vehicle accident history, clean Carfax, and then after pre-purchase inspection, if we find certain things, then we ask the dealership to fix it. Once all of that is done, then we do final round of negotiations, again plot the curve and see where it is reflecting and trending. So that level of diligence we do. The same thing, this is one of our other clients, we did it for him. And this is how the plot came about. So, and then again, all the listings we do, color code, we do it. And if it gets sold, we always pull it down. So you can see how many listings we are doing. I'll also show you this particular client of ours wanted a very, very specific terracotta options. That is where we did this level of listings. So there will be not a single option which is present online or with the dealership will not be connected with us. We'll ensure that first we collect all options and then we proceed towards the buying process. I'll just take a moment here to open up if you have any queries, questions before we take it forward.
Yeah, no, I like the fact that you guys are doing the clean Carfax. I think that's like one thing that I'm starting to notice more and more is that there's a lot out there that are for sale, but there's a lot that are in accidents.
Yeah,
So
a lot of them usually gets in the accident, and that creates a lot of challenges.
yeah.
Yes.
Um, and then are you guys like how does the how's the end kind of all come all together? It's when push comes to shove, what does it look like? Let's say like, hey, Neil, you find the best car, that's the one I'm looking for. Um, how do we how does that like the transformation of money and things like that, how does that look on your guys' end?
Sure. So we act as a consultant on your behalf. So none of
Okay,
the leadership from the very get-go till the very last moment knows that we are sourcing, screening, negotiating for you.
sure,
So you
sure.
are not
Okay.
going to get thousands of calls, multiples of emails throughout the day saying, hey, today is the last day, the deal will be off the table, right?
Yep.
All those data, all those noise is collected by us. So
Okay.
as a team, we have a dedicated number to communicate with our client. And then we have separate numbers which we give it out to the dealership because we get hundreds of calls throughout the day. So that way you don't have to worry about it is
Okay.
really convenient on your end. Now, let's say when the push comes to
Yep.
the shove, we have done all the diligence in place. This is a good vehicle, we have negotiated, we have got the final quotation in writing with the vehicle identification number imprinted on that, then we'll inform the dealership that, hey, XYZ, the salesperson or the manager at the dealership, that this vehicle is for Mr. Brandon. Here is his
Yeah.
contact information. Can you please give him a call and proceed with the purchase process? And so the entire payment
Okay.
for the vehicle is done to the dealership. We only collect our consulting fee, which is $1,000, $500 to begin the engagement, and $500 once you get the key for your RAM Pro Master, right? So that way we are completely involved. We are putting the skin to the table, to the equation. We are working on your behalf every single day until we close the deal. And also, when we do the introduction to the dealership, we don't take it very lightly because we know that the hours and the days what we have spent in order to negotiate might change completely at the last minute because
Yeah.
dealers are very, very, I would say, smart and pardon the French here, but notorious and
Yes.
play games, unfortunately. And so, what we do is, Brandon, when you will receive a call from the dealership, and you will get the documentation for you to sign. We will also ask the dealership to send the same copy to us. So we'll
Okay.
evaluate
You could,
against,
yeah.
yes, that it is good to go. Sometimes what happens is, let's say if we close the deal, I mean, we have finalized the pricing at $35,000, the dealership will slowly trickle it $35,500.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we think, okay, fine, everything is good, but here is the catch that they get us. And so we compare apples to apples and ensure that the same win number is also again presented on that final contract, because contract is final and binding. You will receive the 7 to 10 page document, which will have all of your information once we complete the financing process, where you will be putting $10,000 as a down payment and the rest will be financing. So all of those line items and the breakdowns is again calculated and verified against the deal what we have gotten to ensure that they are not taking advantage of you. And as a client, you have a seamless and hassle-free experience. Once that document is signed, then if it is nearby or in the neighborhood, you can go and pick it up, or we can
Yeah.
ask the dealership to ship it and send it over to you.
Okay.
Yes.
No, I like that too. I could see the bait and switch, right? Where they say it's this much and then they'll see what they can get away with. I like that you guys, I'm sure you probably had to deal with
Every
it.
day, every day
Yeah.
we deal with this. And so there is a saying which we have internally that clients love us, dealerships hate us. So we,
You guys need the t-shirts that say that, you know.
yes, yes, we should brand it, right? But
Yeah.
if we become too famous, right, then we'll never be able to do this like undercover cop operations, what we do every day for our clients.
Sure, sure, sure. No, I just like it. It's great. Um, cool. Yeah, I mean, it sounds like, I mean, you got a lot of my information. I feel like I'm a pretty easy customer. I'm not like, you know, a cargo van's kind of a cargo van. There's not a lot of options you can even have on them, so makes it kind of nice.
Hmm.
Um, and I like to be transparent as much as you are. I have a dealership right now, like who called me this morning. I bet they knew I was texting you last night because they called me back finally and said they might be able to do something.
Okay.
If they don't follow through on it, who knows what they'll do. I'm still waiting for the sales manager, whoever that might be, to kind of give me final numbers.
Mm-hmm.
But I think what I'm seeing is that like this would be a huge benefit for me, if the sale doesn't go through, because I'm kind of I'm pretty savvy, but it sounds like this is your cup of tea, and so I kind of, you know, I appreciate people's ability to have their skill sets in other areas. So
Sure. And also, what you can do is you can collect the offer from the dealership. You send us that quotation, and we'll also be able to negotiate on that. So they will,
okay,
yeah. So we will not, I would say, come in between you and the dealership
sure.
salesperson. So because we don't want to spoil the deal what you have got essentially, or the transaction,
Yeah, yeah.
the discussions what you have got, but we call it in a very separate manner. We have the mechanism to do so. And for the same vehicle in the next 48 hours, we'll be able to get a better price than what you have got.
Sure,
Right.
sure, sure.
Because we want to ensure that the fees or the engagement transaction, what will happen is that you are not only having that convenience, but also you are having the cost savings for the vehicle what
Yep.
you find. So we target internally between $3,000 plus in terms of tangible savings. So if you would have seen on our website, we always document and track all of our client deals from the very day
Hmm.
one, because I come from a mathematics background and I had
Yep.
a very bad experience when I wanted to buy my first car, right after graduating from Arizona State University. And that
Hmm.
the inception and conceptualization of this services. I thought, okay, dealerships will improve and this business will be like only for like part-time, or after 1 year I'll have to close the shop. Guess what?
Yep.
It's still going on and we are growing every single week because a lot of people are having and facing these challenges.
Sure, sure. No, I'm with you on that. So let's do this. I have your contact information. I will yeah, if this doesn't go through, I'll definitely give you a call and we'll or send you a text or an email and we'll
Sure.
make some things going. Does that sound fair to you?
Yeah, that sounds fair. Do you have 5 more minutes?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Have I answered your questions before I show you a couple of other things? I just
I mean,
want to
you
make sure.
you're killing it right now. So yeah, I'm really impressed.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that it's coming from you, and because you have already started working on this. So I'll show you this. So we were just on this particular client of ours. We have done a lot of deals. You can see, are you able to see my screen here?
Yep, yep, yep.
Yep. So all the spreadsheets and documentation we have done. I also wanted to show you the client communication. So for example, this I was just going through a little bit early in the morning. So this is a client of ours where we initiated the communication back in December. And it just, we provide all the details along with the photos, ensuring that you have a complete visibility while you are not entering the dealership. So that way you don't feel like that you are missing out on anything. We'll also set
Sure.
up test trials for the van. Are you looking to buy it locally, or are you open to like kind of look into 100 miles to 200-mile radius as well?
I'm looking at like 500 miles. I'll fly
Okay.
anywhere and
Okay.
hop in a car. I'm
That's good.
a day or two of me driving can save me, a couple $1,000. I'm pretty easy, so
Great. So here is one more thing what we do is this is how we set up the test drives. So you can see that the dealership was 47 miles away, but we recommended our client to go and check it out because it was a really good deal for them to look into it. However, that did not work out because they gave us certain feedback, and then again we evolved into it and to ensure
sure,
that their
sure,
employees' feedback is taken into consideration, and again their feedback, and then so it's an iterative process. In your case, you are very sure you have already started the outreach. You have already started getting the pricing, so it will be very straightforward. Now, when it comes to looking not only the neighborhood but going about 200 to 500-mile radius, what we look into is value for money, where we are going to get the deal. So for the same client where I'm showing the documentation, they were looking for a new car. So I'll just zoom in here just to focus on this. So the vehicle what they are looking for is the Kia Telluride, and the MSRP, that is the sticker price, was the same, right? So first of all, we ensured that the new car price is the same. Now you can look, the online price had a lot of difference. Some of the dealerships were listing at 56,000, even though the online price was 47,000. And then we started getting the OTD, which is essentially the quotation with the taxes, title, license,
sure, sure.
registration fees. So here we got that $55,000 negotiated offer, even though it was 400 miles away, as compared to $59,000 offer, which was only 35 miles away.
Right,
By
right.
just doing 400 miles, they were able to save on more than $4,000, right? And
Exactly.
now getting it shipped, let's say, if you don't want to fly or you can just get it shipped, it is only dollar per mile to ship. That's very, very cost effective. Or you can even
Mhm.
very, very cost-effective flight, right?
Sure.
You can
Yeah, yeah,
take a morning flight and drive down back the same evening, or stay
exactly.
and drive next day. So that is one benefit you will have. And then the second is on the financing side. Are you planning to do a dealer financing?
I have a finance credit union already set up,
Great, great.
which is like I can use, and I have it set up for,
What is the
kind
interest?
of what the interest is 6%.
6%. Okay. So we can use that, or we can even, so a lot of our clients say that, hey, I don't want to, again, negotiate with the dealership on the APR, which is the interest. And so
Yep,
we work with the dealership finance head or the finance director to negotiate on the interest aspect so that we can also save on the monthly payments which we'll be making.
yep,
Okay. And then finally, on the insurance side as well, we understand your coverage, what you're looking for in terms of the medical liabilities, the packages, what you want, and then get the lowest premium across
yep.
all the 14 national providers like Geico, Progressive, State Farm, Liberty Mutual, to
Sure,
ensure
sure.
that we can also save on the insurance premium side.
Nice. Yeah, yeah. It's kind of a tricky. It's kind of an annoying car too, because it's considered like a commercial vehicle. So then
Yeah.
there's like commercials, whatever that. I don't know. It's something that the dealership has to make up. It's all bullshit. So, but whatever.
No, that is all BS, right? It is all the tactics which all these people use to ensure
Yeah,
that they can just get the maximum benefit out of this equation. Yes.
yeah, exactly. I know it was weird because I went to the dealership. I went to one check out a new one just to be like, hey, is it worth? And yeah, they wanted 10%. I was like, it's it's not gonna work out.
Yeah, and dealerships are very smart. They'll ask for your social security, or they'll ask you to what we call fill out the credit application to begin with, to ensure that you they can lock you in, right? That means they will say that, sorry, you are on mute, I believe.
There you go. Sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. So they play all those nuanced tactics. So with our engagement, we will not collect any of your financial information like I would say social security number or credit
Sure, sure.
application till the very end. And that
Yep,
information is directly filled by you onto the dealership portal. So we don't
of
even get
course.
access for that. So we keep your financial separate, transaction separate, buying separate, insurance separate, like that.
Perfect. Yeah, no, that's good. Okay, well, yeah, I mean, like I said, Neil, I liked your I went to school in Arizona too, so I like that connection as well. But yeah, let's look into this. Like I said, I'm gonna get this one guy to hit me back, and if it works out, and if it doesn't, and he strikes out, I think that's the move I want to go. Is I'll reach out to you, Neil, and we can get that more discussion, because that sounds. I mean, I don't have any more questions. You've answered them all, so
Oh,
nice.
okay.
I'm very impressed.
Thank you. Thank you. And
Uh,
even if you feel that, hey, guys, I don't want to go and like do this entire process, like from start to finish, and you feel that the quotation, what you're getting from the dealership is the same vehicle you want to proceed with, you give us the quotation, you don't pay us anything. We will negotiate on that. If we are able to negotiate on the same vehicle which you have locked in, then we'll
mhm.
do 50-50 split. That means if we say
Okay,
$1,000 on the
sure,
same vehicle without compromising on the quality, VIN number, etc., you pay us $500 fee, and then you're essentially purchasing the same vehicle, but
sure.
more added advantage.
Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, you get $500. That's a new set of tires. Yeah, totally. I get that. Yeah,
Correct. And I mean, you are saving $1,000. We take 50%. You keep 50% as your profit.
yeah. Exactly. That's cool too. Maybe that's another option. I could, when this goes through, I can reach back out to you and see if we can do something like that. I
Mm.
guess it makes me wonder too and think. I guess like at what point would my unrealistic goals be like, it's like, hey, here's $500 to find something, and it's like me asking you, like, hey, can you find me a $2,000 Lamborghini? And you're like, no, we cannot do that. So I guess it's like, is that something you guys will kind of track too? Just be like, hey, this is what the market's saying. I'm not trying to screw you over, but your expectations of paying this much is not a reality of where the market is. Is that something you guys kind of track as well?
Yes, we do it in both ways. First, we understand what you're looking for and what is the budget you have set it for that, whether it is practically or realistically possible. And the second way is sometimes you say, hey, I like this vehicle. I'm ready to pay the price, whatever they are asking. But then we correct that and say, hey, let's wait for 3 more days. This is the event which is going to happen. The price is going to come down. Or sometimes
Hmm.
say, hey, if you're going to plan and if you're going to make the decision, please make it before the next month because this actual offer, I mean, we are not a salespeople, right? We are
Sure,
working for
sure.
you as a how the lawyer will represent you, but
Yeah,
we
yeah, it's like a
know that the
broker.
inventory will go away. So we have, I mean, we have two parts of the process. One is the curation process, which is $500, and one is the negotiation process. The reason why
Sure,
I kept
sure.
it separate is because we have more than, I would say right now, 14 clients who have just paid for the curation. They're like,
Yep,
Neil, it's 2025. I don't know when I want to purchase the car, but these are the 3 to 4 options which you keep in mind. You keep a track of it. You refresh the inventory every 1 week or
sure,
every
sure.
5 days and see where the prices are trending, what is the trajectory look like, and let me know when it's a very good time for us to purchase. So that is
Okay.
one option. Sometimes they say, hey, let's start exploring the market. I'm not sure which one to get. There is a big family event which is also coming up. So I just want to evaluate the options for the next 2 weeks and then we'll proceed with the negotiation. So that's
Yep.
why there is a separate on that because we only want to request the payment for the efforts what we are going to make, so that
Okay.
it's a very transparent way of us working with you. And the only reason you are coming to us is because you don't want to deal with dealership. So if we
Sure.
become a dealer and if we say, okay, you have to pay everything and blah, blah,
Yeah,
blah,
yeah, yeah.
then there is no difference between us and the dealership. Another
Okay.
advantage is that we request at least like 1 week of engagement so that we get the full understanding in the market landscape. We also pay
Sure.
certain premium softwares behind the scenes to track the
Yep.
pricing. And as an individual buyer, we are always very emotional. So, for example, about 3 months ago, I wanted to buy a new car. Instead of me working, because I've been doing this for the past 4 years, I completely delegated this process to my team. Why?
Yep.
Because they are not emotionally hooked. They don't care what Neil wants, right? They only care, I need to get the best price. And
Yep.
so a lot of our clients, they don't want to be emotionally biased in making that decision because it's the second largest purchase that they are doing in their life.
Yep.
So they want to ensure that their dollars are well spent. Another thing,
Yep.
because you are looking for a pre-owned and you are comfortable going up to 2016, we also look at a non-traditional platforms like carsandtrailers.com.
Sure,
Okay.
sure, sure.
There are a lot of auction websites as well. We don't go into the auction because auction is hit or miss. But once we know what prices are trending in auction, then we go to some of the low
Fair. Yep.
frequency, low visited websites. And then we track, okay, whether this particular truck or whether this particular van is about that 90-day mark. Every dealership across US, across Canada has a timeline.
Sure.
If they
Yep.
cannot sell the vehicle which is on the lot for 90 days, they are forced to take it to the auction on the 91st day.
Yep.
And for a lot of our investors, they are very smart, non-traditional investors. What they give us the task is, here is my 50 grand. You play with it. Find me a vehicle which is about to go into the auction. We pick it up at the lowest price. I
Sure,
will drive
sure.
it for 2 months and then we'll flip it and make $5,000.
Yep.
Correct.
That's
And
a
it's a
great
very
strategy.
secure way of doing it because they're getting the asset in exchange of the investments what they're doing. So
Exactly.
those kind of activities are also taken up by us.
Man, I am the hustle, Neil. I love it, man. I'm so impressed, man. That's next level right there. That's good. I like that.
No,
That's
and there is
that's
one more
awesome.
thing. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Because for us, when you come on board as a client, I'll just take the last moment. I know I've been taking a lot of your
No,
time.
you're good.
Thank you. Thank you. So when you come on board as a client, we just don't look at the transaction which we are going to do it in the next day or next 1 week to get you what you're looking for. We will do it in a way where 3 years down the road or 5 years down the road, when you come back,
Sure.
say, hey Neil, now sell me what you got. And if we have not got the price today at a correct price, guess what will happen? You will be in negative equity. That means you will owe way
Of
more
course.
than what is
Yep.
the value of the vehicle today. And if
Yep.
that happens, who will look bad? We will look bad, right?
Sure. Sure.
So we are always focused that, hey, is this a good price for
Yep.
Indian to buy today? If I put myself in your shoes and if I want to buy it, whether I'll take that as a yes. Until and unless we are not comfortable, we'll always reflect and say, hey, let's wait for one more day. Hey,
Yep.
now $2,000 is above the market price. We are negotiating. Allow us the next 2 hours. We'll have it removed from the quotation. Then you go ahead and purchase it.
Sure. Sure. Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, because we are on the
Man.
selling side as well. So
Yeah, you guys are good, Neil. I wish I was this big of a hustler, man. I appreciate this so much. You are the way you think, man. You're right. You're a little mathematic guy, you know. I like it. It's you found your niche, man. That's that's great, man. I love it. I
thank
love it.
you.
Um, yeah, no, that's yeah, I mean, those are all points that I would yeah, I wouldn't even think about, but it's so valid. Um, shit, man. Well, yeah, let's like I said, let me let me get this guy back and then when he throws me a number, he just bought it on auction and then he's
Okay.
going to um after he buys it on auction, he's going to give me a call. They're going to put a markup on it and then I mean, I don't know how much he paid for it on auction, but I'm assuming when I told him how much I was hoping for, we were able to do something. So that way I can just reach back out to you, pay the $500 and see if we can get a better deal, you know?
Sure, sure. I mean, and if you want us to just negotiate on that vehicle, you even don't have to pay anything to us. We'll negotiate first. We'll ensure that you are getting a better deal than what you have got. Then only we'll request the payment.
Yep, yep,
Okay. And just when we initiate, not right now, but after you go through that option, this is the details what we would request and collect from you so that my
sure.
team can get started. And here we have a search radius, the budget, how do you plan to purchase? Some of the questions what I've asked yesterday to you as well. And this
Yep,
copy
yep.
to my team so that this is the process through which we get started.
Of course, of course.
Okay, perfect.
Neil, I thanks so much for your time. I know you're a busy guy and I learned a lot today. I'm really impressed. I yeah, you're an animal, man. I love it. I love it.
Allow us an opportunity to serve you and actually show us in action, and then we'll take it from there. And if you go ahead and purchase the vehicle, what you have, we wish you nothing but the best. Please share our business to your friends as well.
Definitely,
Yes.
definitely, definitely, definitely. All right, Neil, you take it easy, man.
Take it easy. Bye bye.